Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our monthly product webinar. My name is Mike Kendra. I'm an account executive here at Boomi, and I also have Robert Weitzel, our engineer, on the webinar today, and a special thanks to Miriam for organizing the event today. So I'm going to cover in a few minutes some background on what our platform is and does, but most importantly, why our customers are using Boomi and why they're so darn excited about it. Then I'll turn it over to Robert for the main event, a product demo, and then after that, we'll have some time for Q&A. So if you have questions, you can post them in the chat window, and we'll get to them at the end of the presentation. So on to Boomi. Here's the conversation we have every day. In an era of digital transformation, what you need is a connected business that brings together your people, your processes, and your technology investments. And you need a strategy that helps you, number one, connect everything from your best-of-breed cloud applications, on-prem legacy systems, data stores, all the way down to your people and even things. First and foremost, you need a complete fabric of connectivity that spans the globe. Second, you need to be able to engage everywhere and automate your business processes and deliver an engaging experience to your customers, but also your employees, your partners, through the channels that they want to choose, be it mobile, web, or any other platform. And finally, you need to be able to run anywhere. With our patented Atom technology, you can deploy your processes wherever it makes the most sense to you. Public cloud, private cloud, hybrid, or on-prem, all the way down to the device. If that device is a jet engine or a Nest thermostat, you can go all the way down to that granular level. So how do we do it? Boomi is the industry's leading platform for connectivity. It enables you to be nimble and agile as you respond to digital disruption in your industry. And I'm going to cover the 5 elements of our unified platform right now, starting with integration. Boomi exists to connect everything together. Pervasive application and data integration is core to what we do. Boomi's central hub synchronizes master data and maintains a single source of truth, or set of golden records, across the ecosystem. We call this our master data hub. To provide real-time data, both within the business and with external systems, we can mediate through the use of APIs with Boomi's API design and management. Boomi facilitates data exchange with partners like 3PLs through the use of our cloud EDI, which we call B2B, and EDI management. And finally, to empower your employees to create those really compelling customer journeys, our platform includes a workflow automation and app development environment we call Boomi Flow. So fantastic. Why do our customers select Boomi? Boomi's unified platform delivers real business outcomes, such as low total cost of ownership, that you can only get from a truly cloud-native solution. We also boast process efficiency with features like our process library and our really robust Boomi community, so you can take full advantage of the best practices across 7,000 plus customers and partners in our network. And finally, fast time to value. We have been able to take people's hardest use cases and show how we spin up projects faster than anybody else in our business. So what does that really translate to you and your business? When you use Boomi to solve your critical business challenges, you gain enormous advantages. First, you can leverage what we call economies of skill. Whether you're using Boomi for an integration project or a business process management project or a data management project, remember the diagram I showed you earlier with all the various platform skill sets and features, your developers will be using the same set of skills for all of those projects. Next, you achieve true end-to-end connectivity between technology, processes, and people investments. And finally, the leading ease of use in our industry that makes delivering business outcomes fast and efficient. So here's another conversation we have every day with our customers. To deal with the proliferation of new applications, as well as improve your ability to connect with everything in this new digital business environment, you really need to think about integration a little bit differently. It needs to be thought of not as a tool, but as a strategic capability. An integration platform as a service, or iPaaS, is being used by many organizations as the modern middleware layer to handle the interconnections that are needed for their digital transformation. iPaaS provides cloud-based environment for building integrations between both cloud applications and infrastructure, on-premise systems, and even new digitally connected products that need to pass information to back-end systems. As a technology, iPaaS has been recognized by all the leading analysts, Gartner, Forrester, IDC, Ovum among them, for the past several years, and is viewed as a key investment for enabling digital transformation, since most traditional middleware technologies are not well suited for connecting cloud applications and infrastructure. But when it comes to iPaaS solutions in the market, there are several reasons that you should be considering your options. Traditional methods for integrating applications are through the use of code-based developer tools. And Boomi AtomSphere provides all the capabilities of legacy integration tools in a visual, drag-and-drop, collaborative online interface. As part of AtomSphere's configuration-based approach, we provide a wide variety of functions for implementing integrations, including graphical data mapping with Boomi Suggest, which is our guided mapping assistance based on the past customer experience of over 26 million data maps. We also provide pre-built connectors for a variety of popular SaaS applications such as Salesforce or NetSuite, on-premise applications such as SAP, and cloud infrastructure, including Microsoft Azure and Amazon Web Services. And for more advanced needs, you can add business rules, branching, sub-processes, splitting, or concatenation of data, and many more features to your integrations to streamline the entire process. To improve your ability to manage the implementation of integrations, you can have multiple environments for creating and testing prior to production and deployment, with the ability to easily move integrations between those two environments. AtomSphere dramatically reduces the time required to configure and deploy integrations, while at the same time making all of your integrations available for reuse and testing, as well as monitoring. So because of our differentiators, we've established a pretty unique intellectual property set, which I might have mentioned earlier, but we've built a large and loyal customer base of over 7,000 customers with an industry-leading rate of 95% customer retention. As you can imagine, with the customers using Boomis, we handle a lot of integrations, and we have proven our ability to scale within the business with billions of transactions every single year that are relying on Boomi Atoms, which are monitored through the greater Boomi platform. We've not only built a strong customer base, but we have also invested in creating a really robust partner network of other software vendors and other systems integrators that are helping to bring our solutions to address many of our customers' digital business needs. And the combination of everything I've just described has been validated not only by our customers and partners, but by these technology analysts I mentioned earlier. And I'll cover some recent reports in which Boomi was recognized as a leading vendor. Boomi's been named as a leader for 4 years running in the Gartner Magic Quadrant for Enterprise iPaaS Vendor evaluations. And Boomi's position was based on its well-proven, powerful, and versatile platform with support for varied integration use cases, including B2B and IoT, or Internet of Things, integration. Additionally, Gartner referenced Boomi's large and rapidly growing customer base, including both mid-sized and large organizations, Boomi's above-average customer satisfaction rating, and reference client scores were above average for ability to meet SLAs, overall ease of use, and reliability and quality of service. And we're very proud of that. So now on to what you probably have all been waiting for, an AtomSphere demo with our resident engineer, Robert Weitzel. So I'm going to change presenters now and give it over to Robert.
Thank you very much, Michael.
Go ahead, Robert.
Okay. Michael, can you see my screen?
I can now.
Okay, perfect. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to take you through a brief overview of our platform. I'm going to show you a process in action, and then we'll do some questions and answers. Over here in the top right where my mouse is, you heard Michael talk about the Boomi stack, and we are a unified platform where you can access the AtomSphere, where you develop your integrations, master data management, API management, or business process management through our flow. With your subscription,
Hey,
you get
Robert,
access. Yes, sir.
we are not able to see your screen. Are you in the platform right now? I see the demo slide still.
I am. Let me see what's happening here. My apologies.
No problem.
Okay. Okay. Let me bring this over here. And how about now, sir?
We can see it. It's now censored. Looks great.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, and thank you for stopping me. So again, I am in the upper right where I'm showing the Boomi stack availability through our unified platform. Next, I want to talk a little bit about the resources available to the different different subscribers. We have our user guide, which is a comprehensive reference guide for the platform. We also have our community. We have over 35,000 members in our community, each trying to work on and complete their own personal integration of a lot of different answers. Here in our setup, I want to show you how you can handle user management. There we go. So right here in this tab, you can add users, and if you do, we have a host of pre-configured roles, but if they do not fit your needs, you can create custom roles. Also, this is an area where you can opt in to our crowdsourced artificial intelligence options of Boomi Suggest and Boomi Assure. Moving a little further to the left of your screen, you'll see Boomi's build, deploy, and manage process, where you can build your processes, then you can deploy them to your Atom, and you can manage them as they're running. Here on the left, something that's very unique to Boomi is our Component Explorer. And what this allows you to do is build components and then reuse their components. For example, you'll see I have a folder entitled Connectors. And if you were to go into my Connectors folder, you would see the various different connectors that I use in the course of my work. Then we have next to our Component Explorer, let's go into the build canvas, and I'm going to open up one of our processes just so I can show you. We have a component palette. So we have a host of pre-configured components needed for integration, separated into three topics: executions that we need to do, logic that we need to do, and connections. And here at the bottom in our Component Explorer area, we have our process library. When you subscribe, you get access to the process library. These are packaged integrations that you can utilize for different use cases. And then also what I want to show you here in the upper right is our test button. One of the great features I find about Boomi when I'm working on it is that I'm able to test my processes as I'm building them to see whether or not I have introduced some error by accident, instead of waiting until the entire thing is done and then seeing whether or not it's working. So I'm going to step into our particular use case today. This is a business that wants to track the prospects that they have in their Salesforce account. And so coming over to our Salesforce account, we have a number of different accounts, but you'll see the two at the top, Weitzel Inc. and Conseda Cell Manufacturing, are both listed as prospects. And this business wants to track them in a database. So let me bring you over to our database and show you that currently we do not have anything in our customer database. So coming back to our process, we're going to go ahead and run this in test mode. And we'll see here, it's going to reach into Salesforce. It's going to find those accounts that are prospects. It's going to double check to see whether or not it is in fact a new account. If it is, it's going to send it down the path and map it from Salesforce format to database format, and it's going to then upsert it into the database. selecting our atom to test on and running the test. And you'll notice that at the end here, or to the left, it's yellow and it's spinning. If this was deployed, this would happen instantaneously. Right now it's in test mode, so it's got to spin up an atom in order to run the process. And then as it moves down through test mode, we'll start to see some of these icons turning green as it goes. And once it does, you see now it's moving over. It's checking to see whether or not it's an account. And then in a moment, it'll complete what it needs to do here. And let's take a look. So if I come back to my database now, and I refresh my database, we can see that our 2 prospects are in there. And now you have to imagine, this is obviously a database simulator. Anything you'd be working with would probably have a very nice front-end graphical user interface on it, but it's brought in those 2 prospects for us. And to show you that we have bidirectional syncing with this, I'm going to take this field here, and again, imagine there's a front end. I'm going to change this to a win, which is going to be represented by a 1. What that's going to indicate in our next process is, hey, this is now should be a customer, no longer a prospect. And so let's come back to our platform, and let's open up our daily customer wins process. And here the daily customer wins is going to look into the database, look for that win flag, and when it sees it, it's going to map it from database format back to Salesforce and update the Salesforce account. It's going to send a message out notifying that the prospect has won, and then it's going to write back to the database indicating that there's been a notification of that win. So this is going to go ahead and quickly run. And while it's doing this, I want to point out something down here at the bottom, the ability to debug as we're going. For example, if I take a look at this particular component, which is the map component, and I look at the shape source data, I can open this up as part of my debugging and see what was in fact handed in. And I can see, oh, it was Conseil Cell Manufacturing that I had in fact marked as a win. So let's take a look at Salesforce. Let's refresh our accounts and see if Conseil Cell Manufacturing changed from prospect to customer direct. And of course, whenever I need my computer to be speedy, it's taking a little bit of its time. Not a problem. While that's, oh, here we go. It's loading for us. Let's see. Here's Conseil Cell Manufacturing, and it is now customer direct. Let's come back to our database and do a quick refresh. And notice right here, the notification flag has turned to 1. So what we've just kind of shown is how the platform can sync bidirectionally between Salesforce and a database source. And now I just want to come back to the platform and show you a couple quick things. So again, we can connect, we can click on these different shapes here for a debugging option. So I've clicked on that stop shape. I'm going to look at what came in of that stop shape. And this was updated into Salesforce. So I'm expecting to see XML format. So that's perfect. Okay. Michael, that's the quick overview of the platform and how a process runs and some of the capabilities. And I want to just make sure that I leave time for questions and answers where we might be able to dive into the platform a little deeper. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thanks. That was a great showcase of the platform, and I'll turn it over to everybody for some questions for the next few minutes.
Okay. All right, I've got the questions up in front of me, so let's go to the top of the list. A question from Tavira. Does this platform support offline development and execution of the Atom solution? Well, there are 2 aspects to Boomi. One is the IDE, the platform itself, and the other is the Atom, which is our JVM, a light JVM that executes the process once it's been deployed. There is not a way to use the platform offline. You have to build your processes in that platform, the web-based platform, but you can then have say a local on-premise Atom that's doing the executions. Say we have enterprise app runs head office. We have some very representatives, no connectivity. We also have people to go out from these representatives. This is again, I think, from Tabvira. If there's no connectivity, that's definitely going to create an issue. There's going to be some way that the Atom is able to communicate with that data store. Without connectivity, we would not be able to connect to that data store. Okay. Yeah, this is a great one. Can the workflow designer developer component be used by someone without a programming technical background? And the answer is yes. In fact, I see an answer there on the right there. Nice job, Brendan. Okay, thank you for taking that one, Brendan. Let me just say that one. Yeah, Boomi's low-code configuration-based approach allows anyone, regardless of their development background, to quickly design. Yeah, that's been one of the things that's helped me, in fact, get up to speed with the company so quickly. Do we have some other questions out there? Let's see. Use case, say we have an app running. Moving down. Nice, okay. I'm not seeing any other questions right at this moment, so waiting for a question to come in. I think one of the things I'd love to show is our process reporting aspect of this. I'm going to switch my account here real quick, and I'm going to move into the application demo account. Can you describe the logic area? All right, let me finish this, and then I'll move into that. All right. So, what's that? Yeah. So here we have an account that has some processes that are running in the background, and we can click on the timestamp, and this allows us to come in. You can see that there's been an error with this process, which was a great opportunity to kind of show how debugging here through process reporting works so well. Is I can click on that timestamp, I can see what the errors are, and I can click and I can get some detailed answers on the errors. Additionally, we can try and utilize, and here there's been an issue with the request limit exceeded by this account, but we can utilize Boomi Resolve to help us find some issues with the process. So it's a great debugging tool. So it's a nice example that we kind of lucked into. I'm going to come back to the Build tab now and talk a little bit more about the logic area, because with building a process, one of the key aspects is, okay, what is the logic of that particular shape going to require? So with this process that I'm opening up right here, there's quite a bit of logic involved in this. So one of the first things that we see from a logic perspective is branching the path so that we can do two things at once. We have a decision shape that's allowing us to evaluate the data and decide where it should go. And then we have here a route shape, which is specifying where the information should go based on the response to that route. And I'm trying to get it all on one screen. There we go. Let me open this up and show you some more of the logic shapes that we have available to us. So we just spoke about branch and route. We spoke about the decision shape. We also have here an exception shape that helps us with error handling. We can return documents. So because one of the things we have is we have a process call shape that allows us to do sub-processes, and we need to return documents. The business rule shape, I heard Michael talking about that earlier. This is an opportunity to condense or collapse numerous decision shapes into one rule. So a very powerful opportunity to apply complex business logic to a branch. And then finally, we have the try-catch, which is another great one for exception handling. So sometimes you're going to have network connectivity issues, and this this shape here will allow you to continue to retry when there's a network connectivity issue. And if, in fact, it's unable to get through because of a network connectivity issue, it has the catch branch, which allows you to send a message letting an admin know that there's been a hiccup there. Now, Michael, I want to note that it's 1:28. I want to make sure that I'm respectful for everyone's time. Do you want me to take one more question, or would you like to try to wrap this up, Michael?
I think we'll have to wrap it up in the interest of time, but I wanted to let everybody know that we will make the recording available for all attendees. And if you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. And that's all I have. So thank you, everyone, for attending. And thank you, Robert.
You're welcome.
That was great.
All right. Thank you.